What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? It's been a minute since I've made a video. Life get to life, and sometimes life get to life. But anyway, what I'm about to talk about, I've actually been sitting on for a little minute. Um, and it's hard to broach this without questioning, do men really like women? And I hate that. Do you really even like women? Da, da, da. We Men love women. When men love the presence of a woman, I just don't think men properly assess the function of a woman in their life. They and I say that because just conversations I have or observations I make or whatever, it seems like a lot of guys really don't. It's not that they don't like women. They just don't care to have a relationship with the woman they with. I know that sounds weird, but walk with me for a second. How many? I've had a few conversations with men, and we talk about trips. Trips with your woman, with your wife, your girl, whoever, and they oftentimes say, I hate going on trips, with my girl because, I just need to get away from her for a minute, or we just end up arguing or whatever. And my question be, why y'all arguing on vacation? That's just, what are y'all arguing about? Like, you're on vacation, you're away from the daily stressors, you're away from the kids if you have them, you're away from the daily grind, you're away from work or whatever you do for a living, you're away from just the daily routine. You're vacating all of that for a few days to spend with your boo thing. I mean, what are you arguing about? But they say after a while it turned to arguments. After a while she started to get on my nerves. And I don't think it's just I don't think it's as basic as, do you really even like women? It's determining what function she serves in that man's life. Did you get with her? Did you marry her or whatever to manage your home, to bear and raise your children, to be the admin? What function does she serve in your life? Because if it's to a place where you can't spend too much time with her without her aggravating you, or without y'all arguing, and not to say nobody's ever not going to aggravate you, it happens or whatever, but it shouldn't be prolonged, or shouldn't be just because we spent 2 days together, now I'm aggravated, or I don't have any other outlets, she's aggravating me. But I don't think a lot of men, women's function in their life is to be their friend or to be their partner. It's just for whatever that function is, that's all you see her at. And a lot of men don't see their woman as a source of fun, as a source of enjoyment outside of sex. This ain't somebody who I can have fun with. This ain't somebody I can lay my hair down with, and just relax with. That's not the function she serves in a life. They have homeboys for that. They have hobbies. They have other stuff that they can let their hair down with, but the woman in their life isn't serving that function for them. For however this sound, whatever, I like spending time with my wife. I like going on trips, and it's just us, away from the kids, away from the daily grind, or times where we can send the kids away and we had a house to ourselves or whatever, or just have outings, just me and her. I like spending time with my wife. Conversations are great. We make each other laugh. We could talk about big things, small things, everything in between or whatever. And maybe I live an exception and not the rule, because I know a lot of guys who just, that's not the function of why I'm serving a life. I got homeboys, all this kind of stuff, but I'm not hard pressed to hang out with them, or we got to get up because I got to get, and I like spending time with my friends or whatever, but again, I'm not hard pressed to, we got to get out. We got to do something. Y'all got to rescue me. Like, Because I actually enjoy spending time with my wife. Like if I'm doing anything, she's probably the number one person that I'm thinking of doing it with. You know, I have my sports buddies, you know, so if it's depend on the event, of course. If it's a sports outing, I'll do that with whoever, da da da. But just in general, life, she's the first person that I think of to do something with, to plan something with, you know. I don't need to I don't feel like I need to be rescued, you know, from that my situation. And maybe I should just be thankful for that. But it just seems weird to me that, you know, as you're thinking about the person you want to be with or spend your life with or whatever, I don't know where on the totem pole actually liking them comes into consideration. Liking being with them come into consideration. You know, you once you get past looks, you know, the aesthetic, like, this is really who you're supposed to be with. Like, as you get older, as we all get older, and even your homeboys start to have their own situations and lives and stuff like that, and you're gonna need somebody to be there to take care of you, to help take care of you as you get older. Your homeboys ain't gonna do that. Your homeboys ain't coming around to make sure you're taking your medicines and when you're incontinent and help it. Hey, look, there's a lot of things that your homeboys ain't gonna do for you. This is why having that partner is so important, because you can't escape it. We all gonna be in need at some point, you know. And again, it's just amazing to me, the little thought, I guess, that goes into, you know, when the chips are down, it's just somebody who I enjoy spending my time with. Not every waking moment. Not saying don't hang out with your friends at all. Not saying don't have any outside hobbies or all that kind of stuff. But just the genuineness of liking spending time with the person you with outside of home, outside of the functions of home. It just seems like it makes me, I guess the conversation is, why is she here? Why is she there? What's her function in your life? You know, it ain't to be your friend. And I get, she don't have to be your best friend. My wife not my best friend. I have two best friends. She's not my best friend. She's my wife though, which to me elevates her above best friend, which means if I could be myself with my best friends, I can really be myself with her. Like, that dynamic to me, that person-to-person dynamic to me was very important. Can we get along? Can we talk about the big abstract ideas and my grander dreams and aspirations and visions and stuff like that? And can we just talk about the silly stuff? Can we if spending time together, can I last more than 10 minutes being with you, just me and you? Can we get and to go on a trip to like a resort in a foreign island or something like that, or walk the streets of NYC or the slopes of Aspen or wherever y'all vacate to? How you in these scenarios and not liking being around your girl? Like, what is this? What is? It's interesting to me. I mean, it's interesting to take a deep dive into, like, okay, so you don't view her as a source of fun. That's clear, because you can't spend too much time with her without needing to get away or y'all arguing or her getting on your nerves. So you don't view her as a source of fun. So what's her function in your life then? And hey, whatever floats your boat, floats your boat. But I just believe that it'll be a richer experience if people actually consider who they're getting with, personality wise. Does it mesh with me? Is this somebody that I will enjoy spending time with? Because as life goes on, this will be who I have. You know, at least that's supposed to be the plan. So if you care to humor me for a bit, leave your thoughts. I'm curious to hear them. What's her function?